There's this term in stand-up comedy called kill your babies, and it's actually not as bad as it sounds. It's actually metaphorical. Now, what it means is you may have half an hour of material you personally really love. However, only about 10 minutes of that material will really work well together. It's this intricate dance from fart joke to poop joke to penis joke, whatever you talk about on stage, it's just perfect. And it will kill the audience, once again, metaphorically, throughout the entirety of the 10 minutes with laughter throughout. A perfect set in a sense, with everything working together. However, the other 20 minutes doesn't quite work as well together. It's not as fleshed out, it's kind of unfinished, there's not really a joke there, whatever it may be. That stuff has to be killed even though you really like those ideas. You have to leave them behind and metaphorically kill those babies, those things you really like but just don't work as well. Now in real world application, don't kill babies. In comedy application, have at it. It works well, and it also applies to falling back on material that you've been using for a long time. In order to try some new stuff, you have to kill those older babies. Adults, if you will. So remember to kill your babies and your adults when you're practicing comedy. The reason I bring this up, Big Mouth doesn't do this. It kills no adults and no babies in the metaphorical term whatsoever. It falls back on its immature style of humor and grotesque style of humor, which I kind of have grown out of a little bit. This season felt a little extra grotesque, and I'm not sure if it even was. It might just be that I'm not as in love with that style of humor as I was when I first started watching the show, because I started watching it when I was in high school. So I was in that genre of people, 100%, that group of people that would really enjoy Big Mouth. I think I've just kind of outgrown it. But I must stress, if you enjoyed this season of the show, there's nothing wrong with you. You just enjoy that style of humor, which is perfectly fine. However, this next part is a little bit more objective, in my opinion. So subjectively, it's more objective. I think that this season was not focused whatsoever. Its main theme was anxiety, and for whatever reason, they're bouncing around to it back and forth for no apparent reason. It was not the main focus of the season, even though they acted like it was going to be. The season starts out at summer camp where anxiety starts to show up. And then anxiety just disappears. And then it creeps up on you again. Maybe it's a metaphor for how anxiety creeps up on you, but even if it is, and it's some intricate art piece and stand against anxiety, it doesn't work well. And it doesn't make for an entertaining season. It doesn't make for an interesting season at all. It just doesn't hit as hard as something like shame or sexuality or puberty when the show first started off. It just felt unfocused. And that's really the main point here. Big Mouth had a lot of great ideas, then a lot of good ideas, and a good number of bad ideas. This season gave equal focus to all of those ideas, and because of that, the great ideas and the good ideas didn't get fleshed out at all, and neither did the bad ones. So you just get this mesh, this mush, I guess you could say, of mediocrity across the board. However, the animation was fine, I guess. I always forget to talk about the animation with this show because it's really nothing incredible. But overall, it's just a mid-tier, bland season. It's nowhere near as good as the prior three, and the third one was already a little bit shaky. This fourth one is definitely more shaky than that, even pretty close to being bad. However, I'm not convinced yet. I'm not convinced Big Mouth is a bad show. I think it's just okay for right now, which is why I'm giving the show this time around a 5 out of 10. I think that is a fair rating for this season of the show. What with the second season being so good, the first season being the introduction, this kind of goofy, grotesque look at things, and the third season kind of moving towards, I don't even know, nonsense, I guess, and now we're reaching that nonsense. It's just bizarre. I think if it continues to go on this slope, the sixth season of Big Mouth will just be non-stop fart and poop jokes and penis jokes with some kind of story maybe, and just nonsense. Nonsense will be the mantra of the series if they don't correct the path. But 5 out of 10 is the score from me. I know there's some people that might be upset at that and really enjoyed that season, but remember, if you enjoyed this season, there's nothing wrong with you. You just enjoy the style of comedy and the way it's presented. That doesn't make you crazy, it doesn't make me crazy, it just means we enjoy different things. And there's no reason to fight about that. But I will say that I hope Big Mouth corrects its path and kind of focuses more on these overarching themes as things move along. And I stayed away from spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet and want to check it out, you can, and the experience will not be ruined for you, because believe it or not, there are some twists and turns in this season. Not a whole lot, but there are some. Maybe, I don't know, staying away from spoilers. But that's all from me, and I'll see you all next time. My name's Mr. Cow. Goodbye.